Operating System Installation, Windows 7. In this session, we are going to install Windows 7 operating system. You need a bootable Windows 7 CD for installation. Before installation, make sure in the CPU, BIOS setting should have first bootable device as CD-ROM, otherwise CPU will not boot from installer CD. Change BIOS setting. Enter the BIOS setup by pressing either F2 or F10 key on the keyboard as you can see on the screen. Select Boot menu using right arrow on keyboard. Select Boot Device Priority and change the boot option to first bootable device as CD-ROM using plus and minus key. Select Exit menu and then after select option Exit saving the changes. To save changes, select Yes by pressing Y key on keyboard. System will be restarted with new BIOS setting. Insert the bootable Windows 7 CD in CD-ROM. As you can see, system is now booting from Windows 7 CD. Here, we are using Windows 7 Ultimate Bootable CD for installation. At the beginning of installation, Setup program will ask user to select language, time and currency format and keyboard layout. As you can see, we are using English as an installation language, timeline currency format as USA. We can also select UK based on our requirement. And finally, keyboard layout US. After selecting all the parameters, click on the next button to continue. Click on Install Now button to begin the setup of Windows 7. As you can see on screen, Setup program provides choice for two types of setup. x86 is for 32-bit processors, whereas x64 is for 64-bit processors. We are using an i3 machine with 2 GB of RAM, and as we know, i3 processors are 64-bit. Thus, we will select with x64 setup. Click on Next button to continue. Scroll down the license agreement and select the checkbox for I accept the license terms. Click on Next button to continue. As you can see, this screen is giving two options. Upgrade. This option is used if we have old version of Windows and want to upgrade to Windows 7, whereas Custom, this option is used for fresh installation. We are installing Windows 7 on new machine, so we will select Custom option. As you can see, this screen is showing hard disk detail of the system, and as the name is showing unallocated, thus it is clear that no partition exists on hard disk. To create partition on the hard drive, select Drive option. Select New option and now assign the disk size. As you can see, we are are assigning 40,000 MB, which is approximately 38 GB. We need at least 20 GB partitions for installation of Windows 7. Click on Apply button. We will get notification screen, Install Windows. Click on OK button to continue. Select unallocated space to create other partitions if needed. Here we are creating second partitions, so we will select unallocated space and click on New button. Click on Apply button to allocate remaining space to the second partition. Select Disk 0, Partition 2 to install Windows 7 on C. Click on Next button to continue setup. As you can see, setup has started copying Windows files. Once the file copying process is over, setup will automatically restart the system within 15 minutes. You can also manually restart the system by clicking on Restart Now button. After restarting the system, setup will complete remaining installation automatically. Once the installation process is over, system will restart again with a message. Setup will continue after restarting your computer. Post restarting, you can see the message, setup is preparing the computer for first use. System is now checking your video adapter to set the resolution and display options. Now enter the username and computer name. In our case, we are giving username as user1 and keeping the computer default assigned by the system. Click on Next button to continue. Give password for the user if required. We can also leave it blank as no password. Click on Next button to continue. Click on option Ask Me Later to continue. Select time zone, which is UTC plus 5:30, Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, New Delhi. Set date and time if needed, and then after, click on Next button to continue. Select the location of your network. In our case, we are selecting Work Network. Now Windows is finalizing the settings and finishing the setup process. You can see the setup is preparing your Windows desktop to run for first time as the setup is completed. Desktop is ready, so we have completed the installation of Windows 7.